noise was. Okay. So there was like a very unusual sound when I ended my stream like a couple of seconds ago and restarted it. There was a extremely unusual sound. And I hope that sound never happens again. So right now I'm streaming to Twitch, YouTube, most likely Picardo, but I'm not sure. I just realized that y'all could see all of those goddamn messages right there of me trying to troubleshoot the restream and whatnot. Somebody type something. So welcome to my live stream, y'all. I'm live streaming on YouTube and Twitch right now. Go follow me on Twitch. Like, stop watching the YouTube live stream and go follow me on Twitch. So right now we're doing a couple of commissions. Not a couple, but yeah, a couple of commissions that I've been meaning to finish since a couple of months ago. And I'm trying to see if I can get the right type of colors here to really complement what's happening. So welcome all to this live stream. I appreciate you guys being here watching this. So today we are just doing some basic live streaming of, I don't know, anything right now. We are back in business with the live streaming. I hope for right now we're back in business. But it's just like lately I've been so fucking tired from work. Because people have been fired or people have quit these past couple of months. So it's just like I've had to basically pull the weight. And for the summer, it's not going to be like that anymore. Like, I'm totally just going to try to stay focused on my end goal this year, which is trying to get on the ball with Gas Chamber and do my own Sonic comic things and whatnot, because I spent all of last year, pretty much all of last year just trying to join different types of projects and whatnot, and it was cool joining those projects and shit. Like, don't get me wrong, it was really cool. Like, and I appreciate people who have seen my artistic skills and want me to become a part of their projects and whatnot, which is great. But I need to start doing things for myself. And what I mean by that is focusing on my own projects, focusing on my own stuff right now. And that is getting on the ball with my original characters, my original stories, or doing some fan-made comic stuff or anything like that. There we go. Like, doing anything like that would be ideal. Let me see what I'm doing here. Oh my gosh. So the program I'm using is Procreate on the iPad. And I am trying to... I'm still trying to figure out this program because it's fairly new to me. I'm, like, for the past couple of years, I've been using just non-stop Clip Studio Paint. So, like, trying to learn a new art program is not that difficult, but I'm trying to get used to it. So right now I'm just looking for any white spots, and like what I really wish that Procreate would do, that Clip Studio does, is just to navigate with one finger. That would be pretty awesome. So I got the skin down. I'm trying to decide if I want to create a new... I think I should create a new layer for the blacks and stuff. If you wanna test them, bring your best. My man Cryo. So I just responded to you on Discord. I don't know if you can see the Twitch stream or not, but this is a restream, so you can watch it on YouTube if Twitch is not working. But I really want to just promote my Twitch channel. I know this is supposed to be like a hard black right here. That's what I'm kind of afraid of. I don't know if Cryo can hear me or not. Yes. Yeah, I'm using Restream just in case, because I know every time I use Restream, most of my views usually come from YouTube and not from Twitch. But I'm just trying to push my Twitch channel a little bit more, considering YouTube's new policies and whatever. That looks really blue. But yeah, so I'm just trying to finish up some commissions here. It's like I be taking commissions and then all of a sudden I'm just swarmed with so much work, or it's like I'm so fucking tired from just doing my 9 to 5 that I usually don't come home to work on my art, because that's how exhausted I am. I have exhausted so much of my energy trying to work my 9 to 5, and it's just like working on comics and stuff is very, very difficult. A lot of people can sympathize with me on this. I'm just working on some commissions. I think I have to work on 3 today, but this is the only major one. Well, one of them, the guy wanted to see if I can draw certain characters, so I'm going to be trying to do that. And if I can't get to it in this stream, then I'm definitely going to get to it after the stream. So yeah. And I'm hoping to have my summer schedule a little bit cleared up, because, you know, I asked my manager for less hours during the summer, just because I want to enjoy my goddamn summer, and I want to really push out content during the summer, because I haven't really been able to this fall. And it's just like, that's that's just a cycle for me. You know, I get so into creating things, and then it's just like something miraculously happen. If something miraculously happens that somebody is just quit or somebody gets fired, and then I have to take up the slack. I don't believe that. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm really distracted here. Because I had posted the link to my Discord server in the Legacy chat for like 0.2 seconds. And then all of a sudden, there's a lot of people in my Discord. Like, it's not a bad thing because I was going to announce it anyway. Actually, in the description of this Twitch stream, you can find my Discord channel, I hope. If it went through on my phone, I'm not sure. DJ. Oh, my man DJ. The ads are in Spanish. Oh my gosh. That's weird. Now people are like, I'm not an artist, I shouldn't be a part of this Discord server. But my Discord server is not only for artists. Like, when I say artists, it's like, it's not really for people who know how to draw. It's for people who know how to write, how to just do music and stuff. You know, that's what my Discord server is about. You know, it's not really for drawing. Oh man, I listen to Disney music sometimes too. I listen to the old school Disney music though. So as you can see, I'm recording from my Surface camera here. Because there is not an app on the Apple that allows you to stream directly from the screen onto something else. So basically, the Apple does not have something like a OBS where you can do a screen cap, which it really sucks, and somebody needs to get on the ball with that. Because for artists who are drawing on their iPad, they either have to use their phone or another camera to record what they are drawing. And I'm not entirely sure why the hell does that need to be. I only put on Sonic music because I thought that was the most suitable kind of music for this kind of stream. But when I draw, I usually do not listen to Sonic music. I usually listen to Halo music, because I really love the violins and the drums. So I usually listen to Halo music. I usually listen to Zelda music a lot. And then most of the time, I'm either listening to like an artist podcast, or I'm watching a Minecraft video, or I'm watching like Super Mario Maker troll levels, because that's what I've been really into lately. But yeah, I would just have my phone here, and then I'll just be drawing and I'll listen to it. Oh my gosh, The Emperor's New Groove. I love that movie. Kronk, why did I think you could do this? This one simple thing. It's like I'm talking to a monkey. A really, really big, stupid monkey named Kronk. Oh my gosh, I can recite that entire movie. Okay, so from the references he gave me, it seems like all of this right here is black, right? But I don't think we want that. I want to have it like an off blue, because then you're not going to be able to see the lines that well. Or maybe like a purple, like a really dark purple would do. Like something like that. Like an indigo. Like, it's really hard to work with these colors because he has the black on the character. And I know that's a fish, but it's like it's gonna get really hard to actually see some of these lines. Let me see something. So I was originally streaming on Twitch, but then I'm like, you know what? Since I get most of my viewers on YouTube, let me just do the restream and then tell my YouTube viewers to come over here. Because a lot of my YouTube viewers do not know that I have a Twitch or that I even stream on Twitch, which is very, very peculiar. Because I tried this in the past before, where I just tried to focus on my Twitch, and then somehow I ended up getting more viewers on my YouTube every single time. So just in case if I have any viewers that do not know that I'm streaming on Twitch, I have that restream set up. And then sometimes Twitch does go a little bit crazy because so many people are streaming at once. Yeah, what is Twitch? There is one thing I'm a big fan of. I'm a huge fan of old school Disney movies, like the golden era of Disney movies. I absolutely love. I think it's called the Renaissance era, actually, where you had all these great movies back to back. You had freaking Aladdin, The Lion King, Tarzan, Hercules, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know, all these amazing movies that came out during the 1990s. That's Disney for me. And then, like, Disney after the 2000s wasn't really the same. You know, it took me a while to warm up to Cars, and I still don't really like Cars that much. And then the rest of the Disney movies I didn't really like. I ended up really liking Frozen, actually. I really, really loved that movie because the animation in that movie reminded me of the Renaissance era of the Disney time. Back in the 90s somehow. Like, Frozen would fit perfectly if it was animated in the 1990s. I feel like that would have definitely been a Disney Renaissance movie. I'm pretty excited for Frozen 2, actually. The trailer was very dramatic, but the animation still looked crisp. And you know, when it came to Disney movies, the second movie of most Disney sequels wasn't really good. Like, the sequel to Aladdin, the sequel to Pocahontas, okay, the sequel to Mulan. You know, they had a couple of catchy songs, but overall, it's like sequels don't really have the same tone as the original movie. It feels like sequels are more like fan service than what the original movie was trying to convey to, you know, kids. Beauty and the Beast was amazing. I enjoyed Tangle too. I love the quirkiness that they gave Rapunzel. I think that fit her character extremely well. Flynn Rider was also well done. And, damn, The Emperor's New Groove, one of my favorite all-time Disney movies. Like, I really love that movie. No, but my favorite all-time Disney movie, seriously, of all time, is, Hercules. I really love Hercules. Like, I can recite that movie from start to finish. That's how much I love that movie. Okay? Like, me and my brother would just sit there and recite the entire Hercules movie. I kid you not. And then after that, it will most likely be Aladdin because Jafar is one of my favorite characters. My God. And then I really love The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I really, really love that movie. It was one of Disney's most serious toned movies. And I was actually pretty surprised that that's a Disney movie because it had some godlike themes in there. And it was just pretty interesting that that ended up being a kid's Disney movie. But somehow, I really liked it when I was a kid, even though there were some things I knew I didn't understand when I was a kid back then. But Disney has that effect on people. And now, Tangled 2, wow. I don't know if Tangled 2 is supposed to come out, but Frozen 2, Toy Story 4, that trailer made me tear up a little. And then we're entering the era of live action movies, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I did not watch Wreck-It Ralph 2. I only watched the Sonic bits because everybody was like freaking out that those people were able to animate Sonic a lot better. Oh my gosh. Than Sega could, which is very disappointing. What pen am I using? I'm using a technical pen. But yeah, I did not watch Wreck-It Ralph 2. And usually when those animated movies come out, I don't go to the movie theaters because I know that there's going to be a lot of kids there. And I do not want to watch my movie with screaming kids. And then it's like sometimes when I tell people at work that I'm going to watch an animated movie, you know, it's just this whole debate about adults watching animated films. And I'm just like, you know, I love animated films. I appreciate animated films. And, you know, the fact that I get made fun of because I'm 25 and I still go to watch cartoons and animated films is just absolutely ridiculous. Because people pour their heart and souls out into making those films for kids. And for adults to appreciate it, it's really normal. Like, I feel. See, I don't really have much of a social life when it comes to other adults because I don't really hang out with other people who share that similar interest. I don't really hang out with people at all, to be honest. Yeah, Tangled is really super energetic. Like, I really like it. But I don't know, it's just the Frozen aspect of Elsa trying to find her way, trying to find out who she is, made me really connect with her. A lot more than I would connect with Rapunzel. Let's see here. And I really like how mature Elsa is compared to her sister. What's her face? What's that girl's name? And yeah, I like how more mature she is. And I heard that people have been playing around with Elsa being gay, which I'm not entirely sure of. Yeah, Anna. It's like, I hate it when people do this when they're like, oh, I think this character might be gay or something along the lines of that. It's like when I'm first watching a movie, I do not think about what sexuality or what gender this person is. It's like I'm just really into getting to know this character and what can they give to the story. Because like, when you're watching a movie, the intro is already looping you into it. But it's like when the fan base just starts spouting out all this like nonsense of, you know, they're gonna reveal that Elsa has a a female lover in the next movie, and I'm just like, can we just focus on, you know, serious topics here for a second? Like, trying to find a good example. Like with The Lion King, you know, I wasn't really concerned with Simba's sexuality, but the whole premise of that movie was teaching us not to run away from our destiny, our fears, because, you know, it may be scary, but it's like you have to face reality. That's what Lion King essentially taught me, is how to face reality. So it's like when I'm watching something like that, I'm just not thinking about that. And it's like with Korra, I had no freaking idea. This is a spoiler alert, but I had no freaking idea that Korra was gonna be in love with Asami. And it's like all the signs were there in the last season, and it flew over my head. That's how not into really knowing the character sexuality. Like, it just goes over my head because I'm not really thinking about that. And it's just like, damn. Now when I see Korra and Asami, I just freak out because I'm like, okay, what layer am I on? Okay, I finished the eyes. I finished this. Let me go back to this layer actually and do the yellow. Oh my gosh, I remember when I was a kid, I hated Gaston. I hated. Gaston was an asshole, man. Belle didn't deserve that. That guy was an asshole. He was so full of himself. Beauty and the Beast, though, like, I really enjoyed that movie. The sequels to Beauty and the Beast, though, like, there was this one sequel with the piano. I think it was something along the lines of, there was Christmas or whatever, and Belle was trying to get everybody together for Christmas, and then there was this gigantic-ass piano who looked scary as fuck because of the way they animated him. And I remember getting so afraid of that piano. Like, I had nightmares. His name was Forte. I had nightmares of that damn grand piano in that Beauty and the Beast movie. I really hated that. Just the way he moved, and just the way he, like, looked and spoke, he just scared the crap out of me. Let me see. Nice, so I did that and that. You know what the hell I forgot? Okay, so I'm trying to decide now. I hope this will actually select things that I'm telling it to select and it won't go off the deep end. Damn, Sonic Force's music is really good. A couple of years ago, I started to get into like the really old school Disney animated shorts. Come to find out that there was a couple of racist animated shorts that they made, and some animated shorts pertaining to Donald Duck and World War II. I thought that was pretty interesting. I think those cartoons should definitely be preserved. Maybe not promoted, but definitely preserved. But I remember when I first started to watch Disney, because my sister used to work at the Disney store, and she's really into Disney characters. I started out the original way with watching the really old school Disney shorts. So my first Disney experience was Steamboat Mickey. And then I started to watch all those old school Mickey Mouse shorts. And then that's when I got more into watching the Disney movies, because we still have the whole collection on VHS of Disney movies. So I would just go around collecting those. What the hell was that noise? So I would just go around collecting those and whatnot. Now I'm getting so many messages on my server that it's crazy. I'm not even that active on my server. I actually wanted to show you guys a little something I was working on. That I'm hoping to finish the inks today, and I'll have it up on Twitter. I was working on this comic page. This is the second page to my webcomic that I'm trying to finish. I really like how the inks are coming out though, but once I'm done coloring this, inking another page and coloring that, I'll send those 3 pages off to IDW. I feel like this has to be one of my best ink work yet. I really can't. I'm really excited for it. Oh my gosh, the classic Disney villains, like, oh my gosh, yes, flamboyant evil villains. Nowadays, they're not going to do flamboyant for obvious reasons, and I really hate that, because it's like the flamboyant villains were always the funniest to me. Like, damn. It's a really light purple. I'm gonna make that a little bit darker. It's like Pegasus in Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't realize how light that purple was, because the pants are black, but I really do not want to make it black, like all black. Like, I might make the shadows black. So the tail here, I might make it on a separate layer. I can do it on this layer, I guess. I haven't watched the original Wreck-It Ralph in so long. I probably watched it only 3 times, maybe. I just felt like there could have been a little bit more, like, there was a lot of Easter eggs, but I wanted more character interaction, if that makes any sense. Oh my gosh, I'm really wanting to start my own gaming channel. Because I really want to live stream me playing Halo and me playing my Nintendo Switch. I've actually just started to get back into Minecraft, and I just got it for the Switch. The reason why I started playing Minecraft again was because I feel like I needed some way to relax my mind a little bit. And I remember how I used to play Minecraft. It would always be relaxing because I would just be sitting there and I wouldn't be forcing my mind to create things. It would just come out of my head. So it's been very relaxing for me, actually, because I have seasonal headaches and they get really bad. So sometimes I can't think straight or I can't do things straight. So I just need to take time out of the day to relax. Oh my god, please stop. Okay, and then I'll make the yellow on this layer. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best idea. Okay, that's better. Nice, Cryo. Because of how terrible it was, oh my god. I can't wait to see your original stuff. Be sure to post that in my server whenever you have the chance. The only thing I would say to you is that I don't know how long you've been drawing for. So I'm not sure of your level of experience. Because I don't want to give you any type of critiques because I don't know how long you've been drawing for. Let me see here. Okay, I think I got a decent amount of coloring done here on this character. I think this is pretty much finished. I think I'm missing... Oh, you know what? I messed up. Alright. There we go. And then, let me go back to the original layer because there's one line that I forgot to put somewhere and it's bothering me. And hopefully this line doesn't look too out of place. Okay, it doesn't look too out of place. It could definitely pass. Oh. So, you see, if you use Procreate, the little circle, you just hold it and then drag it. For like, hold it for like 1 second and then drag it. And then you'll be able to fill it in anywhere. The color picker, not even the circle, the color picker. Yeah, I know, right? It's like when I first got Procreate, I just started messing with everything. Oh my gosh. And then I watched a couple of videos too. Because I was trying to learn how to make gradients and shapes and paths and things like that. I really like the song from Sonic Forces. I really like the song. It's just a shame. Every time when I hear the music of this game, I think of the actual game. Like, it's a shame. It's a shame. Yeah, thanks, Cryo. I remember I had to dig through my files yesterday just to get that cage picture up. Digging through your files is not fun. I hope the lighting isn't too extreme. I don't have that good of shades, and I wasn't expecting the iPad to absorb so much light. What in the world? Let the pain end. Like, I've gotten to the point now where I'm not excited about the next Sonic game. To be honest. Shit. I hope that line is not noticeable. It's like, Sonic Mania was great. Now, let's just move past Sonic Mania already. I'm just tired of Sonic Mania because it's like, it's overhyped at this point. Because there's nothing else to the game besides just platforming. To be honest. It's just one of those Sonic games that you'll be able to play over and over again. And that's it. I want a Sonic game that they'll continue to support with DLC, but it's just like, if they're gonna just put out one Sonic game and listen to the fans complain about it and then put out another Sonic game, it's just like, you're losing more money than what you're putting into the game. You could be making more money if you just make a stable freaking game that people can like play with their friends or play online. Keep supporting the game with DLC. You know, whether it's paid or free, people are gonna play it anyway. You know, that's my opinion. I feel like Sega is just losing so much money and they're not really giving Sonic the justice he needs. Because we were all thinking like, Sonic right now is in an awkward state because you have the succession of Mania, but then you're having this dumb ass movie, and then you have Forces, and then it's just ridiculous. Okay, I think I'm done with the flats for this. I wish I could put all this in a folder. Thanks, Cryo. It's like, I want to believe that Sonic is in a renaissance stage when it comes to like just the IP in general, but I feel like Sega's biggest mistake was just letting Paramount make this live action movie. If it was an animated movie, Sonic would well be on his way to like a lot of success. Maybe not as much as Mario, but definitely high up there. The fact that we're getting this live action movie, it says a lot about Sega, because you know, Nintendo knows better to not make Mario live action because they would be tarnishing their IP at that point. I feel like they really took a risk with the Detective Pikachu movie. I personally do not like that Detective Pikachu movie because I'm not really a live action person, because everybody's doing live action now and it's leaving such a foul taste in my mouth that I'm really done with I'm done with live action. Like, they're gonna make a live action Dora the Explorer. They're gonna make a live action Dumbo. And it's just like, they already fucked up on Kim Possible. It's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. My mental capacity cannot continue. And it's just like, okay, the trailer for Sonic is out there. Why haven't we seen it already? Because Sega is trying to prolong it as much as possible. because they don't want to hear nobody complain about Sonic's design or complain about something in the movie that people just do not like. Sega knows what's coming, and they're trying to delay the inevitable for as long as humanly possible. You think red goes good? I like this song. I really love this song. I'm just like, I'm so tired of the live action era. I feel like we need to take a step back from live action for a second and bring back 2D animation. It may cost more and it may be a lot of more manual labor, but like, come on. There is nothing better than 2D animation in my book. Because it's like, you can do so many more things with 2D animation, and you can make the characters more realistic with 2D. It's like CGI and 3D, they all have their own little aspects and their own little things that work well. But it's just like, we need to bring that back, that aesthetic back, because that never left. That has always been in high demand. 2D never left. I'm not trying to make this. I'm trying to make all these colors work. Let me see. Maybe that's a good color. Yes, it is timeless. Like, I appreciate all types of animation because I know how difficult animating is, period. And I'm not trying to hate on like the other ways of animating, but 2D animation has something that no other animation can replicate. It's like when you look back at the early Disney era, right? When you look back at Beauty and the Beast, when you look back at The Jungle Book, sometimes I look on my Twitter and people are posting like these old storyboards that were done 100% by hand, and you're trying to wrap it around in your head, like, how are they able? How was this possible? That's what you're trying to understand, because all of it is 2D and it's done by hand, and the characters and the fluidness, it looks so amazing. And you're like, there is no way somebody did all of this work by hand. And somehow it's possible. Yeah, 2D has no limits. I feel like how much do people really need to complain in order for them to bring 2D back? So I'm working with this spectrum over here of colors, keeping it very cool with this character, and then you got a bit of a warm color with the yellow, but overall it's like, this is the main pattern right here with the blue and the purple, and then I got the yellow and subtle green there, so adding red and orange might bring this whole thing together. I'm not sure, because I could add blue here. But then it won't look as nice as I wanted to, because I was thinking of painting that yellow. So I want to I want to change the subject here a little bit because there was something I've been dying to talk about for like the past couple of weeks. Let me actually erase this. So like I've been hanging out on Discord, right? And when I first started hanging out on Discord, I used to be extremely active because I didn't know what Discord was, and then when I started to get more familiar with Discord, you know, I was just at the top of my game last year with Discord because I was always on Discord. Now I'm not so much on Discord because I'm trying to limit my activity so I can get more productivity done. And I've been doing that with all of my social media, which is why it's really hard to get a hold of me because I'm trying to limit my activity. I've been trying to really focus and buckle down on, you know, getting some things done and not focus so much on whether people are liking my stuff or whether people are just trying to contact me or things like that. So that's why I haven't really been on Discord. Oh yes, I would pay to see that too. Like, I was thinking of that the other day. I'm like, that would be truly, truly amazing. So I'm experimenting with the red and the orange here, and I don't really like the way it's coming out. I actually might do something a lot different here. Is that my man Sonic's? Videos unavailable. That's great. So I might just try a different color palette here. So I got a new color here, so let's try this. It's darker blue, but I feel like it's too bland. And then purple. Purple might actually make this character pop out a little bit more because of the blue. Maybe like a lighter purple than that. Oh yeah, I saw that, Sonics. I feel like, for me, I feel like you're drawing your characters so small on the page. That's what it kind of looks like. It's interesting. So I'm like, wait a minute. It looks kind of small. I would definitely say just work a little bit more on the quills because you're making the top quill of Sonic look so short. And I wish there was an app that lets you... Well, there is an app. If you use Sketchfab, go to sketchfab.com. I believe it's a website. Yeah, Sketchfab. And just type in Sonic the Hedgehog and you'll find a lot of 3D models on Sonic the Hedgehog. That would really help you master the angles of Sonic. Because what people do on there... Yeah, Sketchfab. What people do on there is they make 3D models, and what you can do is you can rotate those 3D models. And that will definitely help you out. I did that a lot with Shadow when I was drawing him. By the table I command. What do you think about the Lion King remake based on the newest trailer? I think that the voice acting is going to be top notch because if you close your eyes, don't even look at the fucking trailer, just close your eyes, right? And you listen to it, it sounds so nostalgic. It sounds amazing. So I think the voice acting is going to be definitely way up there. But I'm not sure in terms of the animation, in terms of the aesthetic, I'm really not sure how that's going to play out. Because it's like that whole scene with Hakuna Matata and they wasn't bobbing their heads and shit like that. It's just like, how are you supposed to feel? Like, damn. I don't like how realistic lions look, to be honest. I always love how Disney did the Lion King, because it's like, they look like lions, and it's like, it looked really good. That design for lions looks so good. But it's like, if y'all just gonna go ahead and do something like this, it's like, what are you thinking? And it's gonna look so weird. Having a full-blown lion next to freaking Timon and Pumbaa, it does not look good in the food chain. Like, what is that? I don't know if I... Huh. Okay, I'm gonna try something new. I'm just playing around with a lot of shit right now, so don't mind me. I'm such a mean person. Now I'm thinking of using a little bit more pastel-y type of colors. That is interesting, actually. Very interesting. Insulting is a correct term. That's exactly what I said, actually. Like, this is very insulting. Oh boy. Even the fucking live action Broadway adaptation is better than that fucking trailer at this point. Like, I'm not even joking. The Broadway Lion King that they play over here in New York, it's way better. Way better. Yeah, I really like this red. Whoa. This looks like a lot of bubblegum flavors, actually. Now I want to play around with this blue here. Look at these colors, man. Look at these colors. It's popping out. I really like this one. Yeah, you can tell, like, how upset I am because I'm such a fan. And I'm just so tired of this nonsense. I'm tired. Like, I do not deserve this as a fan of so many properties. I do not deserve this. I do not deserve Sonic to be that way. I do not deserve The Lion King to be that way. And then I recently watched the Aladdin trailer. I have to watch the movie before I can actually determine if I like it or not, because I really love how they were singing A Whole New World. I think their voices are absolutely amazing. But, you know, I would just have to watch that movie because I'm on the fence about it. I'm like, I'm not really sure. It's like when it was first announced and when we first saw that teaser trailer of Aladdin, I was a little skeptical. I was already skeptical because of Will Smith. And then I just felt like they made the characters too light. Like Aladdin and Jasmine, they just look so light compared to how they was in the movie. And I'm like, I've seen many Indians in my life, and they never looked that damn light. In my opinion. But then when I saw the next trailer for Aladdin, and I heard a couple of more lines, and I saw, you know, Will Smith as a genie, you know, he was blue and then he turned back to normal, which I thought, like, yeah, this is really good. Him blending in with society, I really like that. And then it just looked really cool. I don't really like Jafar because he doesn't look sinister enough for me. But I think Aladdin might save it. I would just have to see it. Oh, Cryo, you live in New York? Nice, man. Finally! Another person! Yeah, right. What? Beyonce is Nala? Get out of here. She's gonna be like to Simba. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. I really like these bubblegum looking colors. I feel like this is going to work. I really, really like this right now. But yeah, Cryo, do you live in actual New York City or just the state? Because I'm pretty sure you would have seen me around before, because I usually just scream when the trains are like delayed and I have to go somewhere. You'll see me just acting like a maniac on the platform. I don't have no problem telling people which state I'm in, especially New York, because I know nobody is not going to find me. Oh, Westchester, nice. Ooh, okay, yeah. I'm just tired. Like, this year is not really going to be a good year for movies. I'm already getting tired of hearing about Avengers, you know. I'm getting really tired of Avengers. I'm getting really tired of hearing about the new Star Wars movie, because let me be honest with y'all, I never been into Star Wars. I actually really used to hate Star Wars when I was growing up because everybody had lightsabers and I didn't. I was really into Star Trek, not Star Wars. What other movies? Just like I'm not really hyped for that many movies. And I'm not sure what kind of animated movies are going to be coming out. I know I'm really hyped for Toy Story. I cannot wait to see that. And oh my gosh, did you guys know that there was a live action Winnie the Pooh? It released like last year, I think. And I never watched it. But I saw a lot of trailers and I'm like, there was a live action Winnie the Pooh and I'd never seen it. You live in Buffalo? Jeez Louise, man. That's so far away. I've never been to Buffalo. I've been to Westchester before, but I've never been to Buffalo. I usually don't go upstate because, yeah, I don't have a car. I still haven't seen the first Spider-Verse. It's like, I don't know. Because I was only into Spider-Man when the original trilogy came out. But I've never really been into Spider-Man like that. I thought that, like, I watched and read so many, like, I watched all the animated Spider-Man cartoons. I've read a lot of comics. And the only reason I know a lot about Spider-Man is because my little brother, he's really into Spider-Man. And he talks to me all the time about whatever's happening in that universe. It's like, I've never really been into Spider-Man like that. I'm more of a DC person. I love Batman. I love Superman. I love let me take that back. I hate Superman with a burning passion. I really can't stand that guy. I love the Justice League. I love Wonder Woman. You see, DC just has a really difficult time grasping the concept of cinematic universes and movies, but where they lack, they excel in their TV shows and in their animated cartoons. Like the last couple of Teen Titans movies, the animated ones, was really fucking good. Oh yeah, I heard about that Maleficent crap. Like, what is that? I don't like Superman because he's so full of himself. This guy, I just cannot stand him. He's so full of himself. He thinks like he's all high and mighty. He thinks everybody just gotta like... He thinks he always gotta save people and shit like that. I feel like Superman doesn't really teach me anything. He teaches me how to be cocky. While Batman, he'll sit there and have a conversation with the bad guy. And Batman is just like everything I aspire to be. To your crazy ways so I can let it. I know the perspective here is a little bit wonky. And I do not feel like fixing that. Let's look at this perspective here. It's crazy. And I'm thinking about erasing this, but because it does not look right. But I'll just keep it there. I heard a lot of good things about Spider-Verse. I definitely need to pick a day in order to watch some of the things that I need to catch up on. And I also need to catch up on my anime because I still haven't watched One Punch Man. Let me see. Alright, so let me just erase this and let me replace it with something a little bit more suitable. Like a hero. This is supposed to be an iPad. But it doesn't really look like an iPad, right? It looks so thick. But it's a tablet nonetheless. I'm almost done with the flats of this, which is great, because then I can move on to the dark colors and the lights. What time is it? So I spend like an hour doing this nonsense. That's interesting. I didn't hear about that yet. I think Tobey Maguire makes a really good Spider-Man. I just feel like they made him look... They didn't make him look younger when he was in the first Spider-Man. He still looked really old. I just wish they made him look just a tad bit younger in the original Spider-Man. And I hate the Amazing Spider-Man. Was it the one starring the other guy? Was it Amazing? It wasn't Spectacular. Oh no, the current one is Amazing Spider-Man, right? And the other one was Spectacular, or whatever the fuck. That Gwen, he snapped Gwen's neck. I really don't like that Spider-Man because he looks ugly. I just don't like that Spider-Man. Like, I don't mean to be that blunt, but I just really didn't like those movies. And then the current Spider-Man, I guess he's okay. I don't like how childish he is. And I understand he's still in high school. He's a very adolescent person. But it's like, yeah, I really do not like that. I especially do not like the Iron Man relationship they have. The Iron Man and Spider-Man relationship, because I understand that may have been a staple in the comics with that kind of relationship. But it's like the way Iron Man is coming about teaching Spider-Man all these things, I feel like it could have been done a different way. Because they're just making Iron Man look like an asshole. Even though we all know that he's kind of an asshole, but it's like, sheesh. I feel, even like some parts of the movie in Avengers, I feel like he was way too hard on him. I remember the Spectacular Spider-Man. Oh great, I got 6 followers. Thank you very much. I watched Spectacular Spider-Man. I used to watch the Disney Channel a lot back in the day. I used to watch TMNT. I used to watch like Aladdin, Hercules, Timon and Pumbaa, Goof Troop. House of Mouse. My God, every Friday. So I'm hoping to get this done today. After the stream, I'm going to work a little bit more on some pages that I'm missing for a certain project. And I'm going to try to work on other things in terms of commissions. I'm going to be updating my commission sheet pretty soon. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep my prices the same or hike it up a little bit. If I hike it up a little bit, it'll probably only be $1 or $2 because realistically, you're gonna pay somebody once for a commission and that's it. What are you gonna do with it? I tend to commission my stuff based on my popularity and based on realistically how much would I pay an artist to do a commission whose skill level is this. And I have very high expectations in my head, but I usually tend to lower the prices just because I know that if I have lower prices, there's more of a chance of me getting more commissions rather than me setting the prices high, getting maybe only 1 or 2 commissions every 3 months. But I'm gonna try to create a little window where I'll be able to work on these commissions consistently while I'm not working on projects at the moment. And that will most likely, it was supposed to be last month, but things never go according to plan. I really love this song. It's one of the best songs of the game. So hopefully I can get on the ball with that in a couple of weeks when it comes to working on my new commission sheet. I also have to get into contact with somebody because they had ordered a commission like a while ago and I never got around to it. And then I don't use Facebook Messenger that much, so I probably have a whole bunch of messages from that person that I never got back to. Because before, like in the beginning of last year, I used to use Facebook a lot. I used to do that actually quite a lot. I used to tell people to donate to my Patreon and they'll get a commission every month. I used to tell people to do that, but Patreon hasn't really been nice to its creators nor its pledgers when it comes to taking out money and paying people on time, and Patreon just seems really annoying right now, and I feel like it's just another subscription that people are going to look at. Right now, if you look at it realistically, people have so many subscriptions for everything. Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, PSN, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. You have a subscription for everything. And then also adding Patreon on there when you're not really getting anything out of it, just our commissions every month from somebody. I feel like people don't really value art that much when you look at it realistically. Which is why you may not be seeing a spike in commissions. If you're a really popular person who's been published, you have a 100% chance of getting commission because people want to see that in your art style and people want you to be recognized. But when I started out as an artist, and even now that I'm looking at it, I feel like people don't really appreciate art as much as you would want them to appreciate it. That's how I see it, which is why I have my commission prices really low. If you want me to draw your character, I'll charge you for this much, and you get a one-time drawing. So you have the ability to commission me. Oh, I see now. And you remember how I said like a couple months ago that I was going to revamp my Patreon? I tried to do that, but for some reason, it's not letting me do certain commands that I should be doing. For example, it's not letting me import images into my description, and it's not letting me upload certain types of images. And I tried contacting Patreon, and I never got a response back. And this has been happening for a long time, because I really want to revamp that Patreon. Who was gonna save ya now? It's only me and you. Who was gonna save you now? This is not the reference layer. Let me see. I really wish this thing had like a gradient tool on it. You know what I've noticed about certain people on certain Discord servers? I think you have a very cartoony like art style, Sonics. I feel like you really need to practice a little bit more on your art style, because I see that you like more cartoony than anything, which is really good. I feel like you can make Sonic into more of a wacky cartoon character with your kind of art style. I really like it, actually. I really like how much you improved, man. Fixes. I say I would want to see the shoes a little bit bigger. I feel like the shoes are very small for me. Anyway. But I also feel like if you scan your images out more, we'll be able to see it like full on instead of a picture. Because sometimes pictures, the way you hold them at an angle can really mess up the drawing. But if you don't have a scanner, a photo is fine. I would say just the feet, the quills. Feel like your expressions are better. Stick. Our stick. But yeah, continuing my thought from earlier. Oh, yeah, I know that scanners make things light. All you gotta do is adjust the contrast on it. And so I don't know what kind of a scanner you have, but as soon as you scan it in, shit. Of course it unplugs. So as soon as you scan it in, there should be like a screen that pops up that says brightness and then contrast. You just want to take that contrast all the way down, and you should be able to see the black pencils a little bit more. Because if you're drawing lighter, it's going to be really difficult to see the pencils. So yeah, just adjust the contrast. The contrast makes the dark lines darker. And if you up the contrast, then it just makes the white whiter. Ooh, look at this. So yeah, it's like, whenever I'm on a Discord server, right? Yes, this is the Apple Pencil. What's up, Rip Falcon? And it's the iPad. The new one, the 2018 one. When I'm on certain Discord servers and I'm trying to talk to somebody, or let's say if I'm trying to talk to a group of people on Discord servers, right? It's like I find now that, I don't know if it's just me or just a lot of people do not like talking to me per se, which is why I'm not really more active on Discord anymore, because I don't know if I had some sort of secret identity or some shit like that, or I don't know, maybe it's just me acting me. But it's like every time when I'm on a Discord server, or like in some Discord server that I'm a part of, I am not going to say which one, but it's like I try to start a conversation and nobody wants to start a conversation with me. And then let's say if a female or like somebody else says hey, then people are like, what's up, and yada yada yada, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I have cooties or some shit like that. Like I'm trying to be a polite person and ask how everybody's day is going, and then I just get blatantly ignored. Does that ever happen to you guys? Let's see. You probably have a standard printer, Sonics, which is... Standard printers are awful. Awful, awful, awful. I used to scan in my artwork all the time, and you would have to adjust it in some art app or some... just something like that. Having a traditional 8x11 scanner is a pain in the ass. My biggest fear is drawing something and it not saving. Oh my gosh. Or my biggest fear when it comes to this Apple is I'll have it here and then it will slide off and it will fall on the floor. But yeah, it's like, and even on my own Discord server, like I'm trying to be a little bit more active there, and I'm trying to get to everybody. But it's like, you guys do not understand how much messages that I be getting a day. I either be getting somebody asking me if I'm Adam Bryce Thomas, or I be getting somebody who's trying to contact me for a project or something like that, or I just get randomly pinned. But it's like, I usually do not try to make it a habit of going on Discord so much. which is why I'm not very active. Like I said before, I really want to become more productive in what I'm doing, which is why I stop it with the social media sometimes. But it's like, damn, if I see that several people are online, right, and they was just talking, and then I come in and I'm just like, hey guys, what's up? Like, I'm trying to start a conversation, and then all of a sudden it's just like dead. I'm just like, what the hell did I just do? So that just gets me really annoyed more than ever, because especially it's like, if I'm a part of a project and, you know, certain types of people do not like talking to certain types of people, I feel like that needs to be addressed at that point, because it's just like, if we're working together, you know, and you're just not talking to me for whatever reason, it's just like, I don't really think that's professional. Because, you know, if you work 9 to 5s, you're always going to have that one person you don't like, right? What was that noise? What was that noise? You're always going to have this one person that you don't like, but it's like you still have to deal with them anyway, because your guys are working together on something. So it's like, I would like to think that that's the same way with it when it comes to these online projects. I'm trying to see what that noise was. If somebody subscribed to me, I appreciate you subscribing to this Twitch channel, but I'm not receiving the notification. I can't see the notification. I appreciate whoever just followed me on Twitch. Thanks, Rip the Falcon. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, Carl, that happens to me so many times. It's like, I would think I'm saving in this spot, and then all of a sudden it's not there, and I'm like, oh my god. I just end up saving it again, because I'm not going to go ahead and look for it. But yeah, it's just like, I'm trying to work on, like, with people on these projects, and then it's just like, if you don't like me, I would appreciate it if you just said something about it, instead of like ignoring me every time I'm trying to have a conversation. And then we can move on from there. But when it comes to making friends with people, I try to be friends with everybody, and I try not to make enemies like that, because I don't have time to be dealing with people's shenanigans. You know, it's like, sometimes people on the internet, they will say whatever they want about you, and they'll deliberately try to tarnish your reputation. And it's just like, I hate it when people are telling me that, you know, they don't like how they don't have enough followers, or, you know, why aren't they getting more recognition on their art. And trust me, I understand that's very frustrating. But you also have to understand that everybody was in that position at one point or another. Like, I'm still in that same kind of position, because it's like, I'm trying to deliver content, and that's what your main focus has to be. If your Twitter is not filled with content that you post every day or every other day, that could be the reason why you're not getting recognized. You're not using hashtags, you're not joining Discord servers, and you're not sharing your art around, you're not on Facebook sharing your art around, you're not on Instagram sharing your art around. Even go on Amino, going on these social media platforms will definitely help you. And that's exactly what I did. But when I hear people complain about how they aren't getting enough views on their art, I'm just like, you just gotta keep at it, you know? You gotta share your stuff around more. Joining a lot of Discord servers will help with that. But it can also be frustrating if you're on a team with people and you're always sharing your work on Twitter and nobody from that team seems to give a shit about it. That can be frustrating too, believe me. It just doesn't make any type of sense. Like, I feel like if we're on a team and if we're working together on a similar project, we should all be supporting each other. Which is why I started my Discord server, because I want to see people's art, their original stuff, and their fan-made stuff. And I want to see if I can do something to help promote these people and, you know, just be a community of people where we help share links and things like that on how to help. I feel like a lot of Discord servers try to do that, but they're failing at it. Because now a lot of people are active and Discord servers die like that. And nobody posts their stuff because they're not getting constructive criticism, and nobody from the staff cares what you post. So I really just want to change that. As I slowly try to think of ways on how to better not only the Sonic community, but just for artists in general. Yeah, just spam the shit out of yourself, man. That's what you have to do. And some people don't understand that, which is why a lot of Discord servers do not like promotions, like you promoting yourself. But it's just like, how are you supposed to get noticed if you don't promote yourself? Like, that's what I'm not understanding about some of these Discord servers. It's like I got into an ordeal a couple of weeks ago with somebody on a Discord server that I had recently joined, because I posted a link to my Twitter. But you know, when you post links in Discord, the image will show up without you actually clicking the link. So I usually just do that instead of uploading my image. So this guy thought I was promoting my Twitter, and I'm like, I'm not telling you to click the link. I'm just, you're still looking at the image, whether you click the link or not. It's like, if I was promoting myself, I will tell you, hey, go to my Twitter, please follow me, and all that nonsense. But if you're posting a link to something, it's not a promotion. Telling people to go click the link and follow you, that's a promotion right there. And people don't know the difference of that. Savior of the little guy. Oh my god. I always try to keep myself in check, because I'm like, I'm not going to let none of this get to my head, because I want to appreciate everybody that will, like, helps me get to the point in my art career that I need to be. I feel like once people make it big, they start forgetting about all the little guys, which is nonsense. I'm trying to decide on this lighting here. I know where the lighting is coming from, but this is cool right here. Enforced on projects? Oh yes. I had a couple of people trying to recruit me for their project, but I told them, you know, I need to focus on my own stuff right now. I can't be focusing on people's projects. Like, they'll be so hype about it, and then just nothing. Okay. You're not listening to me, and that's okay. Oh, this is the reference later. I'm dumb. Yes, that's alright. Well, thanks, man. I'm not really that confident in my coloring skills, to be honest. They could be a lot better. if you're an inker by heart, that's really fantastic. It took me a while. It took me a long time, actually, to get used to inking. Because when I first started as an artist, I was 100% traditional. So I used to do screen tones by hand. And then I wouldn't even sketch out things sometimes. In order for me to get better at inking, I had thought that I had to ink without using a sketch base. So I just used to ink right away. And then when I'm on a very bumpy train, I will start inking like that to get better. It took me a good 2 years to get good at inking. And I study a lot of manga artists. So if you want to get better at inking, I highly recommend looking at manga. On my channel, I have the at everyone turned off. And just because I'm getting an at everyone 8 times a day. So it's just like, I don't really need that little bit there. But I know in the miles per hour server, I can still at everyone there. I'm trying to find these little bits here. Yeah, when I first started, I was a variation between a lot of artists that I really liked. I started from manga, so it was extremely difficult to make the transition from 100% manga to doing this. God, I'm tired of finding these things. Look at that. It's crazy. If you want to join that server, ooh, go back. You would have to contact Fox Cordova. Did I just do something wrong here? Oh, yes, I did. And show him your stuff. You know what the hell I did wrong? I did all of this on the same layer. This is an artist glove. So it basically helps you glide your hand a little bit better on the surface, and it has palm rejection. Because sometimes when you rest your palm on here, it will catch like your palm as a finger, and sometimes it will just like shoot, or it will click something that you didn't want it to click, and it's really, really, really annoying. See, I'm supposed to finish this stream before 5 because I have somebody coming over because it's their birthday today. But I'm most likely going to be doing something else. I'm not really a party person. Oh my god, still lives. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've always gotten an A in my art classes, but I cannot stand drawing from life. I hate that. In order to get better at it, I know you have to draw from life, and I know you have to draw, like, you know, sometimes your teacher will put, like, a pear, an apple, and then the spear. You always have to draw the spear with the values and shit. I hate that. Hate. With a burning passion, I hate it so much. Oh my gosh, I wish that programs will let you know what layers you're on in big bold letters. You don't look like a dummy like me. Is that an ice cream truck? Oh my god. That's an ice cream truck. Oh boy. If any of you guys remember how I used to do my live streams last year in the summer, and I would complain because an ice cream truck would be just parked out of my car. Parked out of my car? Well, wow. Parked right outside of my house. Parked out of my car. Dude. Ice cream trucks are the bane in my existence when it comes to live streaming, because they will come at the most inconvenient of times. Any other day when I'm not streaming, there is no ice cream truck. You can barely hear it? Okay, great. That is wonderful. Yeah, I do not watch drawing tutorials, because they do not teach you anything. I watch tips and tricks videos, but I do not watch tutorial videos. Oh, I make clown jokes. Dude, this is like an every year thing with these ice cream trucks. Is that on the layer of the reference? Yes, it is. Crap. I just don't understand why it's... selecting all of that. No, I'm just gonna set the inks. Back to the reference. Ooh. I watched that tutorial too. It was really cool, actually. There was this one picture I did that I tried to follow those steps, but I still did not get it. I feel like that kind of style for me is really, really difficult. That and the adventure style is difficult. Do not even click on Photoshop tutorials. Do not. I remember this one time. I had brought the whole Creative Suite, and I'm like, this is sweet. I'm going to be able to learn all this stuff. Dude, I used to know Photoshop really good a lot of years ago. Back when you used to just buy a one-time purchase. I used to really know Photoshop. But now it's like everything is backwards, and I couldn't learn Illustrator. Illustrator was just way too difficult of a program for me to learn. And I could not learn that video editing software. I couldn't learn any of that. Photoshop is just on another level where it's better just to have somebody walk you through all that. Like, just take classroom classes for Adobe products, to be honest, because you're not really going to get a good grasp on it when it comes to YouTube videos. How do you learn digital? It depends on what program you use. Clip Studio Paint is one of the most simplest programs. Something even more simpler than that is Autodesk Sketchbook. I would start with that first. Autodesk Sketchbook is really, really simple. But Clip Studio is really good. Even this app I'm using, Procreate, is pretty damn simple. But Photoshop is like, it's not only for editing photos, you can also draw and you can also animate and do so many things with that one program, which is why the database looks so damn complicated. The interface looks so damn complicated for Photoshop. There's so many things. It's just crazy. Yeah, the references are definitely the way to go. If you want to draw something, you need references. 100%. Nobody knows how to draw a train until, you actually trace it or get references. My art teacher always told me trace things first and then try to do it like without tracing, because that's how you learn. I like her eyes. Yeah, it can be extremely overwhelming. Even Clip Studio, like, I feel like it's simple, but it still has a lot of tools and stuff that can be very daunting to look at. But all you really need is the pencil and the ink. I don't color in Clip Studio. I never liked coloring in Clip Studio. I feel like their brushes in Clip Studio is not as good as Photoshop. And it's not as good as Procreate either. When I used to do traditional, I used to hold the pencil in my right hand and then hold the eraser in my left hand. And I would have a long eraser, so I would be able to hold it like a pencil. So I'm used to using two tools at a time. What a lot of people don't know about me is like I can use both of my hands to do a lot of things, actually. But I'm starting to get carpal tunnel in my left hand, and it's really bad. The version of Procreate I got, I paid for it because I wanted the full-blown experience of it. Because I felt like, because I tested the iPad before a lot of times in the Apple Store, and I felt like this would be a program that I would use quite frequently. So I knew that it was going to be worth the investment. Let me see. And just like with Clip Studio, like that is literally the only program I use. But when you're going to apply to these big companies, they want you to learn the entire Adobe Creative Suite. It's good to have those kind of skills on your art portfolio, on your art resume, the entire Adobe Suite, or at least Photoshop and Illustrator, and keyword. I remember this one time I had to paint something using charcoal, and it's like every kid in the class got, it was like a puzzle. So it's like we each got a piece of the puzzle piece, but nobody knew which puzzle piece they got until the teacher like combined them all. So it's like people was just drawing different things and it didn't look right, and we had to do it with charcoal. So we had to really do the values and things like that. You know, I really hated it, but it's like now I guess I kind of appreciate it because it taught me a lot about values and shit like that. But it's like, damn, charcoal, and it's so messy. Like, I used to go home with black spots all over my clothes. I wonder when this playlist is over, because I think I've been streaming for... No, I haven't been streaming for 2 hours yet. Thanks, Onyx. I'll take a look at it when I'm done with the stream, because I'm already distracted by the infinite amount of whatever's happening out there on my phone, because it's blowing up. Well, I remember when I used to post regularly on DeviantArt. Oh my gosh. Like, I would pencil and ink it traditionally, and then when I finally got into doing digital, because this one Christmas I asked for a Wacom and Manga Studio back then it was called. Damn, I used to do the screen tones there now, and then I started to get into digitally inking. It was really nice back then. I feel like I was at a different place in my life because I wasn't trying really hard. And it was more fun for me back then. Not to say it's not that much fun now. I just feel like I hold things at a higher standard now than what I used to. The soundtrack is beautiful. Oh, thanks, Rip. I appreciate that. I'm gonna try. Like, I'm definitely gonna try my best to stream at least once a week, because I had came up with this indefinite plan of streaming every week back in January, and it failed. But I'm definitely gonna try. Like, and if you guys can join me on Twitch, that is fine. And if you guys don't want the stream to be on Twitch, I'll go back to YouTube, or I'll go to Picardo, or I'll go to somewhere more convenient, or I'll just try to change it up a little bit now and then. Maybe some of my streams will be on YouTube, some of my streams will be on Twitch. It's really up to you guys. But my definite plan was to stream at least once a week, working on projects. And then at the end of every month, I wanted to do a free request stream for my viewers, just trying to give back to them and things like that. That was the original plan, and I still want to go ahead with that plan. I don't know if you can look on the description of this live stream, but I have posted a link to my Discord. I don't know if it posted or not, but I'll post it again. Did it end? I think it did end. Hold on a second. Let me see if it ended. Where's my reticle? Oh my god. I will not. I've gotten my feelings hurt a lot of the times when I gotten critiques. Because people don't know how to give critiques. The stream didn't cut off. It's like every time when I close the OBS and try to put on something else, it just lags for a second. Yeah, the ice cream truck finally left. Yes. Why is it not clicking that playlist? Hold on a second. Pencil, stay there. Like, what the heck? So until YouTube can get its life together, I guess you're just gonna have to stay in this awkward state. Finally. Okay, it says it's playing, but let's see. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. Bye, Rip. Rip. There we go. There we go. Yeah. It's like when you ask for critiques, don't ask everybody for a critique. Because nobody knows how to give a good critique. When I used to go to school, you know, I actually got really good critiques on my stuff. And nobody really hurt my feelings when I was in school. It was just so daunting because there were so many talented people. I was really intimidated. I might want to just add like a nice red here. Yeah, it's like I had the playlist already up to eliminate as much delay and lag as possible. At least when I give critiques, I like to link people to some of the things that I use and some of the tools that I think will be very helpful when they attempt to do something like that again. I feel like if people give critiques like this, oh, you're doing this quote wrong, you know, it should be drawn like this and yada yada yada. I think people are just going off their own experiences and how they do things. I try to tell people, this kind of looks a little off. Have you tried like flipping your canvas or you can use this really cool website that I use because it helped me when I had this problem. I try to relate to people. And you know, most of the time when people give you a critique, they don't usually state like what they think you're doing wrong. They'll just be like, oh, that's wrong right off the bat, or what is that? It really annoys me. I really try not to hurt people's feelings like that. Because I know how sensitive people can be with their artwork. You just want to be recognized. You don't want to be criticized, you know? Unless you ask for it. At least if I break into the comic industry, you know, I really want to be sharing all different types of artwork, and I want to be promoting all different types of people. I feel like people, once they break into that comic industry, and once you try to get in contact with those people, it's virtually impossible, and they only stay in their own little circle of people that they talk to, which is very upsetting. You know, they don't really go out of their way to talk to these smaller people who is trying to break in, or, you know, they don't really share their stuff around. It's like, I feel like every artist should be helping each other out. That's my opinion anyway. 'Cause I don't understand why are we not helping each other out. Does this look right? And that goes back with me, like, staying clear of some of these servers who have some shady people. Oh my gosh. I keep meaning to download the song. What in the world? I like this version better for this song. What the hell you mean this ad supports Twitch? So I just watched a goddamn ad. I'm refreshing the browser, because I have to refresh mine quite a few times. And it could also be my Surface too. Crap. Let me see, what am I going to use here? I know, right? The remix from Mania is really good. You see, this is why I really hate using Twitch sometimes, because I've always had bad experiences using Twitch. It's like, even when I'm not live streaming, when I'm just watching a live stream, it's like Twitch be doing some weird things. I don't care what anybody says, like, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 had one of the best soundtracks of all time. Some of the best memorable songs come from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You can hear Michael Jackson in a lot of these tracks, man. Oh boy. Quite frankly, this is the most daunting process of coloring. It's just doing the shadows. But I might not do extreme shadows on the background and such, just because I don't want it to deter so much from the character. So I might just leave her like with the extreme shadows, and then just do like some minimum shadows on the background, because I really want her to pop out. Like, she's already popping out. These bubblegum colors are really complementing these dark colors because they're so light. They're making her stand out a lot more, and I really like that. You know, when I got that freaking game, the new Genesis game for my Switch, I was really expecting Sonic 3 and Knuckles to be on that, but it's only for Steam, and I was so upset. I feel like I was robbed. Because, like, I'm tired of playing Sonic 2. Like, that's my favorite game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's my favorite game of all time. But I'm tired of playing Sonic 1 and 2. Why can I not play Sonic 3? Just use the music from Sonic Mania. Like, I'm tired. I really just want to play that damn game, man. I mean, like, if they was to port Sonic 3 and Knuckles to the Switch, like, remastered, it would be remastered, number one, by Christian Whitehead, number two, and you can have totally new music from T-Loops in there. So it's like, I'm not understanding why. It's like, you can get around the copyright issues. And Sega owns that game. That's their IP. How can you have so much issues? How could they let that happen? I'm just like, I was always like confused. Like, a couple of years ago, I looked up why isn't Sonic 3 like coming out like Sonic 2 and 1. I found out that, you know, this music was copyrighted by Michael Jackson or whatever, because he did a couple of soundtracks. And I'm just like, they let this happen. Why couldn't that contract state something better? Like, I'm just like confused. I'm really confused. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles a lot. was a really good game. I used to get frustrated though. I used to get frustrated with all the Sonic games growing up because they were really difficult for me. I was never really good at platforming, to be honest. Like, I enjoyed platforming a lot. Even now, I'm not really good at it. I feel like I would need a very precise controller in order for me to do platforming good. And I know it sounds cliche, like everybody blaming it on the controller, but it's like I can't really change the sensitivity of it to adapt to how I like it. And I would just need like a specifically made controller for myself. It's not like with first-person shooters how you can adjust so many things in order to accommodate to how you play. With platform, it's just like you get what you get. And I think that may be the problem right there. Yeah, it won't really go well with the fans because I myself, Ice Cap was one of my favorite tracks in that game. Like, I really love Ice Cap. I don't know if you can see my phone. I really wish I was better at platforming games, though. It's like, I can complete a game, sure, but it's like, I don't want to be frustrated. When I play a game, I don't like being that frustrated to that point where I just don't want to play it anymore. And that's exactly what platformers make me. They make me very frustrated. And it's like Crash Bandicoot. I never finished none of those games because I got way too frustrated. Some of those levels are, quite frankly, ridiculous. Spyro, I can handle Spyro. Spyro is great. But Crash Bandicoot, I love the character and I love a couple of levels. But some of those goddamn levels, like this one in the original Crash Bandicoot, there was this extremely long level. Oh my gosh. And then there was another extremely long level that took place in some ice zone. That's like, you start in like the snowy mountain area, and then you're trying to get across this bridge that has no placing. And then I died so many times. I hate that stage. That is crazy. That's crazy. That teacher needs to be reported. Yeah. No teacher should ever say something like that. That's very disrespectful. I heard a lot of horror stories about teachers. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I never had traumatic experiences with my art teachers. I feel like if I did have those kind of experiences, my career would be totally different because everybody feels very self-conscious about their art, especially when they're first starting out and they see a lot of other people who are naturally better. Like, you will see a younger person who's already mastered something that you're struggling with, and then it's like, for somebody to say something so disrespectful, it can really send you over the edge and make you not want to create anymore. Oh, boy. You know what I really want to see? I want to see the Sonic Advance series come to the Switch. That's what I want to see. I want to see a GBA library come to the Switch. I feel like that's possible. Let me see. Okay, I already see what I want to do here. I wasn't expecting it to take so long on this drawing. But luckily I have a few things to post. Oh my gosh. My legs! That Espeon printer is really good. Hey man, you see this looks better. I can see the lines a little bit better. This is really nice. You should try Sonics. What you should do is you should try to get a non-photo blue pencil. You know what that is? This tool will save your entire life. I think it's only about $1 something at a nearest art store. That's good, Cryo. Try to turn a negative into a positive. That's really disrespectful. I just don't understand. A non-photo blue pencil is a pencil you'll be able to sketch with. And it will show up like a light color blue. So when you're sketching with this light photo blue pencil, it won't show up in the scanner. So let's say if you're sketching like the base of Sonic, you're sketching him with the blue pencil, you go over it with a darker pencil. Once you scan in your image, the blue pencil is not going to show up. Instead, the darker pencil is going to show up. That's how you have cleaner pencils. This thing is going to save your life. Oh my god, Ice Cap. When I first discovered non-photo blue pencils, I ran out and got one, and it worked. The only thing is just don't like draw too hard with it, because then it will show up. Because then it won't be light blue anymore, it'll be just a dark blue. I have like 80% of the soundtracks downloaded onto my phone. I highly recommend getting a non-photo blue pencil. Or like, if you can, just like sketch with very, very, very light pencils and then go over it with tighter pencils. I'm thinking about getting an 11x17 scanner because I've been dying to do some traditional pieces again. Maybe one of these streams I'll do something traditional for you guys. But I really want to get some Copic markers so I can do really nice traditional coloring. It's really nice outside. It's like 70 degrees outside, but I do not want to be outside. I want to be in here where it's cool. I would say just like experiment with different kinds of pencils. The typical pencil is HB. Is it 2HB or something? I usually just use a normal HB lead. A softer lead is what I like. I don't really like hard leads. If you have an art store, you should spend a couple of hours in there just testing out different things to see which works best for you. Mechanical pencils are also really good for getting in those really tiny details. Use a lot of those. Sometimes the normal pencil is just not good for penciling. You just have to really find what works best for you. I used to have that problem too, actually. When I used to sketch in my sketchbook, I used to draw so small because I wanted to conserve paper. It was actually quite difficult for me to start drawing bigger. Damn, I went from 3 to 7 followers, which is great. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. I really hope my man likes this so far. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Do I have it here? I'm trying to look for it. Hold on. Give me uno momento, because I have a bunch of pencils here that I can show you really quickly. Give me 1 second. So, this is what I mean by non-photo blue pencil. This is the Prismacolor Cool Erase one, and it has an eraser there, so it's like an actual pencil. You can sketch very lightly with this, and it won't show up on your scanner. I usually use the Faber-Castell grip pencils. They come in a triangular form, so it's really good for gripping it. I really love this pencil. This one really works well for me, but it's quite expensive. I think it's about $17. But I really, really love this pencil. It comes in a pack of 3, and it comes with its own unique sharpener because it's a triangle. I also use the Ticonderoga pencils for when I have to use like really dark pencils or something like that. This is a really high quality. It's better than your traditional pencil, I find. I really love these pencils. Like, and they stay sharp for a very long time. So those are usually the 3 pencils I use when I'm sketching something. And I also use just a standard mechanical pencil. I also have like this Prismacolor ebony pencil. So it's like a charcoal pencil that I can fill in large areas of blacks with. It's a really cool pencil, but it's very messy. I think you should start a rally or something, Cryo, because that's really unfair. People need that creativity in their lives. I remember when they were shutting down the art programs in my high school because it couldn't be properly funded. And it was an elective that nobody didn't really need, but I really loved taking those art classes. The thing with schools is, like, if you go to a specialized school, they're not going to really push anything that you like in your face. They're going to tell you what's in your best interest instead of allowing you to follow what you want to follow. It's a lot of trial and error, Sonics. Like, there is just so much tools out there. Most of the tools that I was exposed to, people bought it for me for like Christmas or my birthday. So that's how I got exposed to like a lot of art tools. It was also me researching, because I used to be really into manga back in the day, so I used to research all these techniques and all these different types of things that I can use. Damn, I say back in the day, that was like 10 years ago, man. 10 years ago. I'm old. So I might have this commission done tomorrow or later today. It kind of just depends, because I like to take breaks, because looking at all this technology just really strains my eyes. So I'd be taking like an hour and a half breaks. It really just strains your eyes, man. Basic tools are always the way to go, man. After a while, you just develop a preference, you know? This is actually my ringtone. I would sit outside on my porch, but it looks muggy and misty outside because it just rained. So tomorrow, I might live stream again, actually, tomorrow. which will be pretty awesome. And then next week, I will live stream again. Most likely on Friday. It depends because I know my mother has her doctor's appointment. But there will be a live stream tomorrow. Hopefully I will be able to start on time. Yeah, man. Digital art is gonna take a while. Maybe tomorrow, if I'm not working on any commissions, I'll actually start coloring the page that I showed you guys earlier. Because I'm practically done with the inks. I just have to like do a couple more things with that page, and then I'll post it later today on my Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, I just reached 500 followers. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. This past year has been extremely difficult with me gaining, losing, but I finally reached a milestone, and my new goal is reaching 1,000 by the end of this year, and I really hope I can make that happen. I'm going to be going to a couple of conventions later this year. I'm going to try to make it to Sonic Revolution, is it? I'm going to try. I'm not entirely sure if I can do it, but I'm definitely going to try. I've already been saving up. I saved up about $600 already. But I'm going to try to go to that convention. I also wanted to go to E3, but since PlayStation is not going to be there, there's really no point, right? But I feel like since I'm trying to make such a big name for myself within the Sonic community, I really have to put myself out there and make investments to go to these places and meet these people and take my portfolio with me to these events and whatnot. Which is why if I have to work like a slave in order to get to where I need to be, so be it. Like, that's why I have a 9-to-5, so I can fund my career. When it comes to these things, you know? Oh, happy early birthday, Cryo. I hope you get what you want. My birthday just passed last month, but I don't really celebrate my birthday that much. I've always had not good experiences when it comes to like celebrations and things like that, so I just tend to like chill. But I'm really hoping that I'll be able to have a book out by next year. Quit my job. Why is seemingly at least... Oh, yeah, I know, right? I know what you mean. It's like nobody was born in March, but everybody seems to be born in April. And it's like, I can't remember everybody's birthday. I'd be forgetting my mother's birthday sometimes. I forget my siblings' birthdays because there's just too much going on in my head. I was supposed to be born on the 17th of March, but I wasn't born until the 31st of March. It's weird. And most of the artistic people in my family was born in March. Actually, quite a few people in my family are born in March. Only the favorite people in my family that I like. I also want to do a series of prints. Prints are really expensive though. I want to do a series of prints starring Crash, Spyro, Sonic. I want to do those 3 first. And I want to do a couple of test prints and actually start building my store again when it comes to prints and stuff like that. I already have a few ideas for what I want to draw for Crash and Spyro. I actually want to do a couple of mock-up covers because I've been trying to develop a Crash Spyro comic for some time. It's like every time when I think of an idea, I just don't see how it would work. But I'm trying to toss a few ideas around in my head. I'm going to make a mock cover for that soon. Actually, let me take a look at that. Yeah, I'll be able to look at it. Oh yeah, Cryo, I saw all of these. I really like that. The Jeremy one was my favorite. I also really like the Adrian too. And the Tadpole, the Frigid. It reminded me of, I don't know if you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist, but the character looks similar to one of the characters in Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, DJ, I'll be able to look at it. I have it open actually right now. I'm gonna try to make that happen. I mean, I wish IDW would pick up these properties. I feel like Crash and Spyro would be the best contenders for a comic, and it will sell well. I feel like it just needs to be done by the right people. I feel like Crash and Spyro really need to have a comic already. I mean, if you're going to revive them, at least give them a comic series. I also have this song too. Oh my god! I really like the pink and white. Pink and white. Definitely the pink and white. Looks like Betty Boo. This is so adorable. Ah, and that name is perfect, DJ. Wow. Absolutely stunning. I love that character. She is well designed. That was another character my sister was addicted to, Betty Boop. Some of the cartoons, though, used to scare me. So I'm already I'm already mapping out light sources here. So after this, I'll just take a nice little break and maybe get myself some grub. Come back, finish that page, post it, work some more on this commission, start on the other commission, and hopefully I'll have them done by this weekend. That sounds like a man with a plan. Actually, I have to go anyway because there is a meeting. So I'll give this live stream about 10 more minutes, and then we'll just conclude from there. It's okay, like, I want to see them, or if you can, post it into the server. I don't know if this is like a private project or whatnot, but damn, this character is really well done. Very simple, nice, clean lines. I feel like this character would be especially simple to animate too. Like the color scheme, everything is just really simple, but yet very pleasing. Yeah, I'm gonna get back into drawing Spyro. I just want to develop my own style for him, because it was kind of difficult just drawing him a couple of times. I have to get the hang of it. Like, I caught on to drawing Crash better than I caught on to drawing Spyro. Spyro has a lot of detail to him. Oh my gosh, that music. I wonder if you guys have any of this in your state where people just drive by with their music blasting out of their cars, or is it just in New York? Then I will encourage you to flood my channel or my DMs, my Discord server. It's up to you. I would highly encourage you, highly. If y'all got art, do not hesitate to flood my Discord server with art. Any type of art you do. I even got an NSFW channel if you do that type of crap. But please, just share your stuff. I really like this song. I never knew swatches could save my life. Look at her. She Louise. He's gonna be really excited when he sees this. He's probably working at the moment, so I'll show him in a bit. This is the version I like better. Oh my gosh, Ange. Wow. Thank you for tuning into the live stream. Guys, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Ange. She's one of the moderators of Adam Bryce Thomas Discord server. She also has her own Twitch. You should go follow her there. Well, of course she has her own Twitch. That's how she's commenting, right? Yeah, I could have swore I seen some of this stuff on the Legacy channel that you posted, DJ. Like, oh my gosh, I really like your style. Like, how are you able to do this? I have a hard time with this. Like, wow, all this stuff is so cool. I'm really impressed. I'm blown away. Oh, it's not that bad. I mean, you stream Spyro, and it's cool. I'm just trying to finish up a commission here really quickly. Well, not really quickly. I've actually been working on this one thing for the entire day. Yeah, I wish that I'll be able to have this whole setup here on Procreate, but I wouldn't be able to have the music in the background or the chat on the side or my logo. For some reason, I've been having a hard time streaming from Procreate. Yeah, she streams Spyro sometimes. And her commentary is really cool. You should definitely follow her. Like, now I'm nervous as fuck. Procreate is a lifesaver when it comes to coloring. I never thought I can have such a really good experience coloring. I had so many bad experiences with Clip Studio. Like, I think for my original comic, I'm going to be doing all of that on Procreate. All the colors, anyway. Because that last thing I posted with my original stuff, all the pencil and inking was done in Procreate, but I may have to download some brushes. Oh my gosh, that dog has been barking for like 10 years already. Really hope he likes it. I like the way this came out. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes I would sketch in Procreate and do the lines, but I mostly just do like the sketching and inking in Clip Studio. the brushes over there is really one of the best, and it feels more natural to me. These other art programs can't really get the brush smoothness like I like how Clip Studio does. So I used to use Clip Studio for everything, like just pencil, inking, and coloring, but that program, for some reason, I can't get a good grasp on how to color there. It's like it does not look the same, but when I'm coloring with Procreate, it looks better, I guess. Or I understand the program a little bit more. Although the smudge tool is really powerful. Yeah, dive back on it a little bit. I guess it's just like something you're used to. It could be an artistic style, stylistic choice, I guess. I might do something with this to have it connect nicely. Something like that. Oh yes. I have an idea. I really like putting the white outlining on certain places here. I can't wait to color the background actually. I think that's going to be the easiest part since I've already decided that I'm not going to go too hard on the shading there. So this live stream is going to end at 5 o'clock because I have a previous engagement to go to. But I think everybody who stopped by today, like, especially Ange, like, I really wasn't expecting that. That made my day. I gotta ask him actually if I can just redesign this character a little bit. Did I put highlights here? Yes, I did. This doesn't look dark enough. And I hope you guys enjoy the playlist I put on. Maybe next time I put on something I like a little bit more. Maybe a Zelda playlist or a Halo playlist. But if I was to put on some Halo music, I'll definitely be putting on some Halo 2. Halo 2 and Halo Reach. Definitely, like, the best music. Halo 1, 2 is, oh my gosh, really good. Yes, definitely next time. I have to make a schedule for myself, actually, because this is very difficult live streaming all the time, you know. You can't do it all the time. Especially not with a setup like this. I wish the iPad had just a better streaming service. I wish OBS was on the iPad. ODST, oh my gosh. I'm really excited for Halo Reach coming to the Master Chief Collection. I'm just dead because one of the best multiplayer experiences was Halo Reach that I had. It was Halo 3 followed by Halo Reach. Oh my gosh, Halo Reach broke records. This looks very fantastic so far. I can't wait to do the lighting. I'm just gonna be adding some highlights here and then on the side of her like so. So I think she's gonna turn out good. Extremeness here and then very simple with the background. Oh, I really like this song. This song I really like. Everybody knows what this song is. Hopefully for my next couple of live streams, it won't be Sonic based. I would try to live stream some of my original content. I doubt that would get as much views as my Sonic content, but I gotta push my stuff out there. But if you want to see more of my original work, I usually post my original stuff on my Instagram because it doesn't get a lot of traction on my Twitter. So the same handle for everything on my social media. If you want to find me, because I don't think Twitch lets me put a lot of words in the description. But I appreciate everybody who stopped by today. I will also be live streaming tomorrow. Maybe not more commissions, but this page that I'm going to be coloring and hopefully finishing this week. I'm going to be finishing up the inks for this page later today, and I'm going to be posting it on my Twitter. And hopefully I can get started with the coloring tomorrow during that live stream now that I have a little bit more time. So yeah, thank you for tuning into this live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully at like around 11 or 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the morning.